So I challenge you, our listeners at the Imagine Greater. I challenge you to imagine a world where activism builds, not breaks. I challenge you, we challenge you to imagine political courage. Anchored in empathy, we challenge you to imagine responding to hate with holiness, not hostility. Because the Bible, the Word of God, where we always go back for our foundation, He shows us in Micah 6 and 8, He has shown you, O mortal, you human being, what is good. God has shown us. And what does the Lord require of you, requires of me? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with God. But act justly? Was there any justice for Charlie Kirk? Not in this instance. To love mercy. Can we have mercy for Tyler Robinson? And to walk humbly. Because today it is Tyler Robinson and it is the Charlie Kirk story. But tomorrow, we don't know when it's our turn. So let's walk humbly with God. Charlie Kirk believed he was fighting for truth. Tyler Robinson believed he was standing against harm. But both got caught in the storm of conviction without compassion. Both of them, both Charlie Kirk and Tyler Robinson, got caught in the mesh, in the storm of conviction without compassion. But somewhere in the middle between courage and obedience is the space God calls us to what? Imagine greater. God has called us to this, for us to imagine a better way of living, of speaking, of doing, of becoming, of changing the world, changing our world. And he says so in 2 Corinthians 5 and 8. All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. So in that, we can reconcile our beliefs, our thoughts, our way of doing with one another. We don't have to see us as the almighty opinion, and that's it. It requires us to reconcile to others and come up, because John Maxwell says in his quote, one of us is never as smart as all of us. So how can we collectively imagine a better world? As we reflect, my call to action to you is the world doesn't need more opinions. It needs more conviction anchored in love. Engage across differences. Our differences are what makes for a beautiful world. Not just a better world, but beautiful world, right? Use your platforms to heal, not harm. Your words, your platform, your story, they all shape someone's tomorrow. If you think that what you say, how you act, how you behave, how we show up is affecting someone's tomorrow, I am certainly sure you would show up better. And that is my challenge. Always remember that on this other side of your words, on the other side of your action, is someone listening, leaning in. And their tomorrow is being shaped. Use your words with integrity, and use them with great intentions. Pray for both the families. I want us to pray. Both of the families are hurting. Behind Charlie Kirk is an amazing family. Behind Tyler Robinson is another amazing family. You see, the Kirks and the Robinsons have to now live with this tragedy for the rest of their lives. I also want you to encourage you to live out your faith in a way that lifts rather than labels. Live a faith that lifts and doesn't label. Oh, that's them. Oh, that's her. Oh, that's him. Oh, gee. We're all a part of this amazing human race. So stop labeling. Just realize that's another person. That's another human being. That's people with flesh and blood that when you cut, we all bleed red on any given Tuesday. Right? So let's reflect on these questions. Ask yourself this: what belief are you currently afraid to stand up for? Remember, I said silence is not an option. What courage? What could change if you imagine greater courage? Courage is standing in the face of adversity, in the face of everything that is seemingly wrong, and say, I, you, me, the friend next to you, will be the difference maker for the good and the betterment of all. Ask yourself this: how can your faith guide you when criticism comes? Everyone has an opinion, and I said the world doesn't need another opinion. It needs conviction anchored in love, but people are gonna have their opinion anyway. But here's what: that's fine. They're entitled to their opinion. They're entitled to their criticism, because we live in a world, at least in the Bahamas and in the U.S., where there's freedom of speech, right? But how can you use your faith to guide you, regardless of criticism, regardless of opposition? Remember this: you don't have to be famous to be fearless. You don't have to be famous to be fearless. You just have to be faithful. So go out and be faithful.
A brand new episode of Imagine Greater with Michelle Bethel-Gibson drops next week.
My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard with Bruce Willis. Every December, life starts off with us having to meet expectations, us having to dive into so many challenges, us having to create miracles by December 31st. But imagine walking into what's supposed to be a Christmas party when all of a sudden, an explosion. You're no longer at a party. You're now in a gunfight, fighting for your life, trying to figure out how you're going to save some people in real time. Doesn't life sometimes turn out like that in December?
Subscribe or follow to get notified.